We have such an amazing topic, and it is so on point to what so many people are currently going through. Does not matter what time of year you're listening to this. Today, we're diving deep into 7 steps to recommit to your goals or reset your intentions. Often I talk to clients, I interview guests for the podcast, and so often we hear stories about how people fell off track, or what do you do when you've gone so off track? And it's so wonderful to hear everybody's story around this, because this helps inspire us to take different action, to do something different than we always did before, because maybe what was working stopped working, because we're always evolving and getting better and better. Sometimes we fall down. Sometimes, we don't even know what happened, but we stopped doing something that was working for us. So when we really think about taking 7 steps to recommit to your goals and reset your intentions, this is always such a great time to really think through, why we're doing something. So number 1 is going to be find your reason. Find your reason, or that big why. Like, whether it is your personal goal, whether it's your business, always dig deep and figure out why. Like, why is this important to me? What is it that I want to get out of this? Now, it could, like, if it was like working out, exercising, or training for something really intensely, there's a reason why you want to do that. Like, maybe you always have wanted to do a marathon. So, that's 25 miles. That's a big deal. So why do you want to do it? Because you have always had it on your heart that you wanted to run a marathon someday. And it's a commitment that you want to make to your health, so there could be a million reasons. But I strongly encourage you that number 1 is always going to be find your reason, or that why. Oftentimes, if our why isn't big enough, that's why we've fallen off track in the first place. So understand that really taking time to clarify your reasoning and your why is going to be so important. And then really defining your goal. Like, really defining your goal will really help you, whether it is a business goal, or it is like that, workout and training typical. It'll really help you clarify why this is worthwhile and why you do want to keep going, because that's going to be so important. Like, why we want to keep going is really one of those things that helps us get through the days when it's hard. So the more crystal clear we are on our why, the better it is when we are in the thick of it, right? Like, when we start out, it's like, woohoo! But what's the word for it? Willpower, like, that burns off really fast. So don't don't expect that to be like there every day, because we got to get those habits right. And the way we do that is by really having a big why and a big purpose. So yes, really clarifying, define it, make sure that why is so worthwhile, because in the moments where you're like for me, I get up every morning at 5 a.m. and I meditate, and then my husband and I go on a walk. He started doing this with me about 9 months ago. And the why is that we wanted to put our relationship and our focus and attention on us before the day hijacked it. And this was a really new approach for us. Because we were finding, with the kids being little and running multiple businesses and him working a full-time job and the demands of the house, like, we were never having time for each other. And it's like, we did not want to be one of those couples that at the end of, the kids graduating, we don't have anything in common, and we don't even know if we like each other. Like, I like to tease him about that. So I'm like, you want to keep me interested, right? So we always noticed that while we were at on vacations that it was always so easy to walk. So we made a commitment that, our why is pretty big. This is like for the long-term interest in developing our relationship and staying deeper connected. So this made it much easier to just do it. Then it became a habit. So now it feels weird when we don't. So the thing is like, there wasn't willpower for that. We just had a really good why. And then it eventually became a habit. So I strongly encourage you to think of something really worthwhile. Then number 2 is to make a plan. So often we come up with these big lofty goals, but then we're like, well, I don't even know what to do. And here's the thing, you may have a huge goal, like so massively big that you don't even know all the steps. And that's totally cool. Just know the first one. So make a plan of how you're going to take the first step, because that's going to give you feedback. So make a plan, right? Then the next one, number 3, is make sure it's smart and measurable. So oftentimes in the goal setting world, some people will say, be realistic. Like, make sure you set a goal that's realistic, but that doesn't work for me. You guys know me by now. You're never going to get that from me, because if your dreams are big and crazy like Walt Disney, you are in the right place, my friend. I cannot wait to support you. And let's come up with like some crazy ideas to put on that plan that you can just try. So that's the thing, like, make a plan, make sure it's smart. And what we mean by smart is specific and measurable. If you're somebody that likes the word realistic, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you not to, but you're never going to get me telling you need to do that. So what do we mean by that? So I'm going to give you an example, like for me. So I have a major goal, that I have a goal of helping 10,000 salon owners and leaders grow and scale their business. That's why I created the Beyond Common Success Essentials training, like this whole methodology, so that I can share my Beyond Common Success Essentials framework with salon owners who want to grow a profitable, heart-centered business. I get to show them how simple and efficient they can set up their own systems and grow their profits while working less hours. So they get to be organized, they get to attract more of their favorite clients, and they get to do this by setting up the systems that they need to truly be profitable. Because so often when you don't have like that heart piece in there, you're running around chasing your tail and you don't know why you're doing something that doesn't even make you have profits or feel good about what you're doing. I've been there as a business owner, and I don't want any other salon owners to suffer in this way. So that is why I have a huge why. I am so connected to this purpose and passion that I've had on my heart for so long. So knowing that is my huge why. And then my plan is that I know if I want to help 10,000 salon owners and leaders be really successful, I have to figure out how to get, my program in front of people. So my plan is that I will get my program at first. And, obviously, like, you're like, oh, I got to get my program in front of as many people as possible, right? So that's phase 1. But to really like make it a plan and make it smart, so it's specific, measurable, and reach attainable, all that stuff, is like, I'm going to start, okay, so 10,000 people. Great. So I will share the opportunity to get inside of Beyond Common Success Essentials training with 1,000 people by January 31st, 2022. Okay. So that no matter when you're listening to this, just like pretend it was 30 days away. It doesn't matter. The thing is that think about it like that. Be really specific. So I know to do that, I need to get on multiple podcasts. I need multiple people to share my podcast with other people. I need huge groups of people doing book clubs, book signings. I need to be speaking on stage. I need to get on TV shows. So I know that is like something that's totally attainable, right? And I can break that down and be smart with that goal. So that's what I mean. And I guess since you're listening to this, yes, share this podcast with everybody. Let salon owners know about the Beyond Common Success Essentials training. This is how we create that ripple effect of helping business owners and leaders set up systems that allow them to be profitable and heart-centered. So this is the thing, like sometimes we think our goals are so big. So from there, like I kind of know all that stuff, right? Then you want to write it down. I always suggest starting with that brain dump first. So the brain dump exercise worksheets are inside both of the Beyond Common Success Essentials training and the goal setting. So whichever of those programs you already have and you're already a part of, get out your brain dump worksheets and really brain dump what that's going to look like. So you're writing it down. Then you're being super clear. You're making your plan, right? You're making a plan. You're making it smart. That, that goes in that order. I kind of reverse engineer this. So some people like to do the brain dump and then a plan and then smart. I don't care what order you do these 7 steps, totally your choice. We're just moving into step 4 on my list, and that is to write it down. Sometimes that initial plan will just be in my brain. And if I don't write it down, then, like you can't expect others to know how to help you if you don't write it down. Okay. So important. And if you need even more help with this, we dive deep into this inside the goal setting program, which is amazing. So definitely, if you need even more help and guidance, go ahead and get that. I'll make sure the link to that is included in the show notes. And then if you want that really deep dive, we go into this as well inside the Beyond Common Success Essentials training. So then the number 5 on my list of 7 steps to recommit to your goals and reset your intentions, number 5 is going to be to share your goals. So now that we know, okay, I want to help 10,000 founders and leaders grow and scale their business, I will share the opportunity to, offer up the Beyond Common Success Essentials training. I need to share it with 1,000 people by January 31st, 2022. So I'm sharing that with you. You may be sitting there having the most amazing idea of how I can get this in front of people. Reach out, tell me, share this podcast episode with other people on your social networks. Communicate with me how we can do this. And then I want you to go and do the same thing. Maybe for you, you're going to do an Instagram live video. Maybe you're just going to go live on Facebook. Maybe you're just going to do a post about what your goals are. Tag me. I want to celebrate you and share your goals. So start telling people. So often, a lot of stuff can come up for us here. We're like, oh, share. I'm scared. Like the bigger it is, great, the better. If your goal doesn't scare you a little bit, it's probably not big enough. So hold tight and share it anyway. The thing is that the more you share it, the more you're going to attract people that want to help you. And my friend, I want to help you. So let us know. Then after you share your goal, then you will feel so excited to talk about it more and more. So you'll share it once, and then maybe through sharing it, you refine it and you really get even more crystal clear on what your goal looks like. So from there, we're going to move on to step 6, which is focus on the first 30 days. I want you to not get freaked out. Like that's why I'm saying, okay, the first 30 days, I'm going to share the opportunity with 1,000 people, right? So that's not as huge as like, oh God, I have to have 10,000 people or 100,000 people sitting in a room. So 10,000 will want it, or, whatever the math is on that. The thing is that just focus on the first 30 days, map out what you will need to make this happen just in the first 30 days. I don't want you to think any bigger than that, because so often we overestimate like what we can get done in a day. Like our to-do list is so long, it's always growing. It's like, whoa, right? And then we underestimate what we can get done in a year or like 30 days, 90-day increments. So for now, let's just focus on 30 days. So this is to keep you fully engaged. It's to activate whatever willpower we can. And then we will move into making this commitment so that it becomes a habit, right? We need to activate that habit because, like I told you before, willpower is this like unrenewable resource. Like we only each get so few of it. And we might look at people that are doing amazing things, like they have so much willpower. And it's not that. They have just figured out habits that create this environment that allows these magical miracles to happen where this stuff keeps happening in their life. So I encourage you, for number 6, focus on the first 30 days, map out what you will need to make this happen. That's how I gave you the list of, I need people to share it. I need influencers to get excited and talk about, how much my Beyond Common Success Essentials program helps salon owners get profitable, set up the systems they need, create a work-life harmony so that they can actually have an amazing life and run a profitable business. So this can be done by everyone sharing the message. It can be done by me getting on TV, going on other people's podcasts. I had to do like a brain dump worksheet that really mapped this out. Sometimes I like to do the lined paper and I'll just get this out. So for those of you that are driving, I know you can't see, but if you ever want to watch the video of this, I'm just holding up a notebook piece of paper that has stuff written on it. What I typically do is I take my brain dump sheet, and then to organize it, once I have the brain dump sheet, then I organize it into columns. And I like to use lined paper for that, and pencil, because I, will change and restructure the goal as it is. So that is the essentials of how the 7 steps to reconnect to your goals or reset your intentions. Those are the 6 like meaty things that make you have to work and take some action. Then number 7 is the best part. Are you ready for it? Number 7 is remember to celebrate. So let's break it down for you. Remember to celebrate. Celebrate that today you got it in front of 50 people. Okay, like don't say, oh, I only got it in front of 50 and I need 1,000. Girl, you're on your way. Even if today you got it in front of 1, it's 1 more. So I think it's I can't remember who says this. It's one of my mentors. Oh, I can't remember. But they say, if you have a goal for $1 million and you end up with 957,000, but before you had the goal, you were only making 47,000. Like, wouldn't you still be so freaking excited? Yes, you would. So set the goal, celebrate your wins and victories along the way, because this is a joyful thing. So celebrate your wins, celebrate how we can all help each other. So again, the more people you share it with, reach out, share it with me, share the podcast with people, whatever this looks like. But this is how we can come together and take these 7 steps to recommit to your goals or setting your intentions. I hope that you found this episode so helpful. I am so, so grateful for you. And I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Happy business building. Love you all. Take care.